Sup Shredders, my name is Logan, aka Spiderhands, and welcome to an SP Reacts, where today we're going to be checking out a track from an act named Emotion 8 titled Night Rider. And if we switch over to here, we have ourselves the track on the screen on Spotify. Here we've got the single art here. 28k plays, definitely not bad at all. And we're going to listen through this track from start till finish, and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go, let's do it. Oh, really? It's very busy, but I don't think that's a bad thing. There's a lot going on the sides of the stereo field and in the center. The vocals, you can hear them in the mix. They're not as prominent, but like, you know, everything is leveled well. It's just you're like looking through the kind of the mistiness of a lot of those sort of like reverb labs, so paddy elements there with some of the other elements. And it's a very interesting arrangement so far. We'll go further back a little bit. It's got a great groove to it though. And just how like it comes in with that sub bass at the end, it fills it up after the sort of mid to high end resonance is really cool. Interesting triplet resonance there. Fantastic. So that was Night Rider by Emotion 8. I'm just going to go quickly sort of give the song an overall rating, and you'll see that sort of score in a moment. But just, yeah, I'm really happy with what I've heard so far. And yeah, no, I think it's going to be a positive sort of overall conclusion. And welcome to the conclusion of my review of this track, or rather my sort of like listen through of this track from Emotion 8. So basically in this section, I typically talk about a few things that I liked about the track, as well as some things I feel that could be improved. I think also in addition to that, I gave this song an overall rating of 7.6 based on the vocals, main theme, rhythms, coloration, structure, ornamentation, performance, production, and all those kind of things. So if you have any questions about how that works, feel free to leave a question, something in the comments. But like for now, what do I think this track is about? Well, according to the artist, it's a song about people who wish to feel young again, those who seek to experience sharp emotions, who always push forward and crave adventure and excitement. And like you get the look at the art of it, you know, you can see that here as well as in the top left. But like it does seem like someone going through the night trying to find that dopamine hit, that release there. And I think there's a sense of excitement overall about this track, not least with things such as the actual structure of this track. There are all these different sort of like bits of filtering. We sort of like would have some parts went down low, like near the end. We sort of focused resonances up in the upper areas there. We had some sort of breakbeatish kind of stuff there. We would have like the vocals suddenly change their rhythm, sort of go into triplets, or that kind of sort of like sort of tripped more modern style there after the more straightforward sort of singing parts earlier on there. We had lots of range rhythmically and just all these different chapters and nuances within the piece that made it exciting despite the short form factor. It was also secondly the production. I think that the set, the quality of the actual studio work done within this was tremendous. It's just knowing how to sort of pan things around a stereo field, how to process things so that there is change, immediate change throughout the piece, but not in the way where it alienates, how to sort of build things up and then how to bring them down, how to sort of come back and add a sense of sort of faux dynamic range by taking away some of the highs or the lows to make it sound like it's quieter even though it's not. It's knowing how to filter different instruments to niche with other things. So like there's a lot of effort put in here. It's not just that we do have things well leveled with the mix, sort of like it's just that the guitars are sometimes be on this side, for example, but only that, so it's asymmetrical and therefore more interesting. There's just a lot of really fun ideas within this song that are not only there to keep, I think, people interested, but also to sort of like, again, go with the idea of someone trying to find all these different ways to keep themselves entertained. I think finally it's the fact that the vocalist is the one sort of thing that sounds similar throughout, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is you've got this sort of storyteller or narrator who is maybe one of the one reliable or few constants throughout. Like, I'm not saying that there aren't instruments to stay throughout the whole, but what I mean is even if you go through all these twists and turns instrumentally and accompaniment wise, you know that you've got them with the hooks or the different verse sections there, and they lead you right to the end. And it's really sick. And I think that will maybe help people who are maybe not as used to some of the sort of grittier kind of like rockier elements, or maybe even some of the more sort of synthetic electronic elements, to kind of keep them going through the entire way and appreciate that fusion a whole lot more. So I feel like those three are handled well. I think I don't feel like there's anything we could have done to necessarily improve it. I think if it was a longer song, it would have needed to maybe have had like a hard sort of heel turn to do something very, very different considering the amount of range we had already. I don't think you could have. So I'm glad that they made the length it was. No, I feel like it's just a very, very well self-contained experience as a song that is well considered and well thought out. And I'm really happy with it. And I enjoyed my time with it, and hopefully you did too. Hopefully you did too, because this is my listen through, I suppose, my thoughts and everything like that on Emotion 8's track Night Rider, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go show them some love via their various social medias and Spotify page. Stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I will catch you in the next SP Reacts. Spiderhands out.